Hi everyone, just coming back now. I've sewn up my sleeve. Now if you have a look, that's the line there, right down through there. Alright, so it's hard to see, and you'll enjoy it once you get going and keep practicing. One thing I do suggest too with a lot of things, whether you're doing patterns or whatever, sewing up like this, get some old yarn, do some stitches, then sew it up. Get yourself going before you actually start on a garment that's you've worked very hard to do and you want it to look really nice. I suggest that you practice on some other yarn first. Okay, so now I've come to that part of the underarm, so we're going to continue along, picking up the bars right through to that one. So just give me a couple of secs and I'll get that one finished for you. And there we go. And I'm not going to pull tight just yet. I want us to see where we're going before we go any further. Right, now I'll just turn this over so you can see a bit better. So now there's our seam there for the underarm. So that's our last stitch on both sides. And there's our last one in there. That one's crossed over. There we go. So we'll just very gently pull that again. Just keeping it firm but not too tight. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to pick up that bar right there, and this time we're going to pick up right on that edge there. There we go, and then come back and we're going to pick up, now there's one stitch from that last row, so if I hold it like that, see there's a bar in there that we haven't sewn up from the sleeve. So just bring that in, and then there's our first bar in there. It's a bit hard to see sometimes. Again, it can be a little bit firmer because we're into where it's been sewn already, and then just very gently bring that in. Okay, so there's your join already done, and then you can continue. So we'll have one more firm one on this side, not as bad as what I thought, and then we can continue down that row there. Okay, and there's your bar there. There's your next bar. See, so we've come out of there and we're going up into that one there. See where there's the bar, and then continuing down. So I just wanted to show you that because it can be a little bit daunting, but as I said, just take it slowly and see, you'll get a nice edging like that. So a nice seam, I should say. So again, just hold nice and firm, pull down towards you, and just keep pulling until you feel under your fingers, you'll feel it tighten. Okay, so there we are, there's your seam, and it's nice and firm, and you'll see that this then continues on down. That one will continue on down. That one's a little bit thick, loose, that stitch. I'm not too sure why, but just shows we're not all perfect, and so that's knitting. All right, so and then you just continue on down, doing each bar. Now take your time and make sure. Now if you find as you're going down one side is slightly longer than the other, all right, and which can happen. So what I'm going to show you is that when you're going along and one side is, you pick up one bar, then you pick up two, and then you slide them along. Now you're not going to see this and just do one bar, so whatever's shorter, so that one's shorter, so we're only going to take one bar on that one. And then we'll go back to one bar each one. If you think that it's, see if it's going on an angle, that's fine. That's what will happen. Oh. Keep up with the one bar. So you've done one double lot. Okay, we don't do another one. If you have to do another one, don't do it straight after. Then you just gently pull. And you can't tell, there's no gather, but if you did one after the other to get that, you would end up with a little ridge, little river. I call them a river. Okay, so, and if that continues to be up here, you then do maybe 4 or 5 single ones, single bars, and one on that side. Then you do another 4 normal stitches, normal pickups, then you do another one on that side. So you're not going to get that river look going along. Okay, so we're just going to keep picking up the bars now, each one on each side. And see, I'm just picking up and just gently pulling, so you can still see the stitches there, each one, and I can still see where I've come out of. All right, so if I pull on that there, open that up, you can actually see where that stitch is coming out of, and then I pick up the next bar. I hope this has been a help, and then you just continue all the way down and finish off just like how we started on the other end. All right, and that's a couple of little tricks. I hope you've, and then I'll just gently pull on that and you'll feel it underneath your hand. So there you go, okay? So there's your seam going through. Well, I hope you've got something out of that, and I hope you have lots of fun.